just finished the book of Ezra. Kind of do a quick recap. Ezra has gotten the okay to rebuild the temple, and he's headed forth. He comes up to a river and starts doing an account of everything, and realizes there's not one Levitical priest amongst the bunch. So, according to God's law, that is the only one that could be a priest. And they had all these Nethinims that are there, people that weren't even of Israel. They were given a covenant prior to be the Levitical clergy priestly duties, like they helped the priests do their work. Well, the priests decided they were going to stay with Cyrus, and they must have had it pretty well, I'm guessing, considering Cyrus was given the word from God to have the temple built, but he made it a free will choice. And knowing that God told him verbally to do this, that he probably treated those Levitical priests like little gods. And they had it so well, they got lazy, and you could imagine that these Nethinims were taking on the priestly duties. And it remained that way, because we're sitting at about 400 BC before Christ would come. This was one of the last books that were written in the Old Testament. And if you look at Christ's life, and when he walked the earth, who gave him the hardest time? It was the religious leaders. And the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they were the ones that were testing Jesus as he walked through and gave him the hardest time. So it's kind of the whole point of Ezra, I think, because you see the people were mixing with strangers, and Ezra pulled out his beard hair and pulled out his hair and fell down and apologized and got all the people to say, we got to stop doing this and go by God's law. But he never addressed the religious leaders. Were the ones, these are the ones that tell you the faith. The common people didn't know how to read back then. The priest lines were the ones that sat through and read it to you. So they were the ones that should have been tested the most. And I think that's what God's pointing to in these books, Ezra and Nehemiah. And he wants you to pick that up. So careful what these religious leaders try to tell you. Don't take my word for it, or any other man. Man will always let you down. Jesus will never fail you. Stick to the word of God. Be blessed. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.